so someone can be called to care for them.
We do have people who leave the hospital earlier than we would like them to because they have to get home to take care of their animals.
And if you have a small photo that brings you comfort, Holinsky says pack that as well. For NPR News, I'm Nina Keck in Chittenden, Vermont.
This is Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Sasha Pfeiffer.
And I'm Michelle Martin.
And I'm Michael Hill. Marketplace Morning Report is next. And later on Morning Edition, Coca-Cola is set to release a version of its flagship soda made with U.S.-grown cane sugar this fall. President Trump is taking credit for that change, though in a conference call with analysts yesterday, Coca-Cola stopped short of crediting him for this decision. We'll have more on that in about 15 minutes right here on Morning Edition. 68 and partly sunny skies, mostly sunny on this Wednesday with a high of 83. Then tomorrow sunny and 88. Strong winds though, and then Friday watch out for the heat. 94 for a high temperature under mostly sunny skies with a slim chance of afternoon showers, but it's going to feel like 105. Sweltering. There's another adjective.
WNYC is supported by The Economist. In a world of rapid change, The Economist seeks to cut through the noise to offer insight into what matters now and what's coming next. More at economist.com.
This is Sean Carlson. New York Public Radio just lost about $6 million of federal funding for the next 2 years. This means that financial support from you, our listeners, is more important than ever. Right now, we need you to start or increase your monthly sustaining donation. Stand with us. Call 888-376-WNYC or go to WNYC.org and click on Donate.
A few frameworks governing tariffs are coming together ahead of the Trump administration's August 1st deadline.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Schwab. Schwab offers investors choices like full-service wealth management, self-directed investing options, and trading on Think or Swim. More at schwab.com.
I'm David Brancaccio in Los Angeles. Good morning to you. President Trump is posting that he has a trade deal with Japan. Instead of 25% import taxes, the charge will be 15% tax on goods imported from Japan to the U.S. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba said the new trade deal will benefit both sides.
Japan is the most significant of the clutch of deals President Trump has struck so far. In a post on Truth Social, Mr. Trump said Tokyo has agreed to invest $550 billion into the U.S. American cars, trucks, rice, and certain agricultural products would also be sold more freely in Japan, according to the president. The announcement sent stocks in Japan and South Korea higher, led by automakers like Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and Hyundai. The yen also strengthened against the dollar.
Suranjana Tiwari is Asia business correspondent with our partners at the BBC. She's out of Singapore. Other trade deals coming together. The U.S. tax on goods from the Philippines will be 19% instead of 20%. Indonesia will get 19%, down from 32% as part of an emerging framework there, although goods with a lot of Chinese content routed through Indonesia will have a higher penalty. Indonesia is set to remove a set of non-tariff barriers to U.S. imports in return. Let's do the numbers. Yes, up, with market players seeing these signs, at least, that some more trade deals might be in the works. S&P futures up moderately, 0.4%. Dow futures up 0.5%. NASDAQ futures up just 0.2%. The dollar is up just slightly, using the U.S. dollar index up 0.1% versus the Japanese yen, as she said, 0.2% up to the euro. At an artificial intelligence summit in Washington today, we'll learn more about the administration's plans for guardrails to keep a potentially dangerous technology in line. Although, how will the federal government increasingly turn to AI is also part of the discussion, and who will pay for energy-hungry data centers to run AI, and what the administration plans to do about what it sees as anti-conservative bias in that technology. Plus something else.
A couple of weeks ago, they announced that they would allow NVIDIA to sell the H20 chip to China.
Scott Babwa-Brennan, director of NYU's Center on Technology Policy there. This move, where the Trump administration relaxed some but not all of export controls on lower-grade technology, might signal a shift, he says. It's part of a push to make American products essential to global AI adoption, even if that means giving competitors access to some of the technology.
China's doing everything they can to pursue AI development. The question isn't, will they have chips, right? Like it's where are they going to get them and who's going to make them? And so I think the logic here is if you can, prevent China from building their own top of the line chips while supplying them with good enough chips, that maintains control of the situation.
As for concerns about what rapidly evolving AI means for human versus environmental safety, Brennan believes embracing our digital future is not about choosing either or.
It's very clear that AI does present significant risks to American consumers, to the world, to the environment, and we can't just ignore these risks. We have to address them, not only because we want to prevent the harms to Americans, but also because it's going to get in the way of development.
Scott Babwa-Brennan at NYU's Center on Technology Policy.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Progressive Insurance. Customers can simplify their insurance needs and protect what's important by bundling home and auto. Learn more about bundling at progressive.com.
It's been a rough stretch of road for car companies so far this financial reporting season. General Motors said this week it lost more than $1 billion in the second quarter because of U.S. tariffs. Stellantis, the Chrysler people, lost more than double that in the first half of the year and blamed a sizable chunk of that on tariffs as well. Today, after the market closes, EV maker Tesla reports its results, and they're not expected to be pretty either. Here's Marketplace's Mitchell Hartman.
Tesla's already released vehicle sales numbers for the second quarter, and they weren't good. Deliveries down more than 13% compared to last year, the worst quarterly decline the company's ever seen. Tesla is grouped with the so-called Magnificent Seven tech stocks, including NVIDIA, Apple, and Microsoft. But right now, Tesla's not performing so magnificently, says Angelo Zeno at CFRA Research.
Our analyst does have a hold recommendation. It's the only Mag 7 name we are avoiding at this moment in time. The fundamentals have just not played itself out.
Those fundamentals are a headwind for Tesla. EV sales growth in the U.S. has slowed. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has canceled tax subsidies for EVs and revoked fuel economy regulations that Tesla profited from. And Tesla probably can't count on expanding its foreign sales, says Gernot Wagner at Columbia Business School, because Musk is politically toxic and his cars are too expensive.
Germans have basically stopped buying Teslas altogether. Chinese aren't buying Teslas in the first place. Tesla simply cannot compete with the likes of the $10,000, $12,000 BYD Seagull. It costs a quarter of what a Tesla costs.
Analysts will be listening closely for news of a cheaper Tesla coming to market, as the company has promised, says Seth Goldstein at Morningstar.
Tesla being able to offer a mid-$30,000 vehicle that still has a long range, I think that's going to be important for them if they want to continue to grow sales.
Whether Tesla's actually doing well or poorly right now is largely in the eye of the beholder, says Dan Ives at Wedbush Securities.
If you're negative on Tesla, you'll just focus on the car business and the pressure that they're seeing there. For bulls like myself, I view Tesla as a disruptive technology company when it comes to autonomous and robotics.
Ives says the company's future ultimately depends less on making and selling EVs and more on developing whole new industries like robotaxis, autonomous vehicles, and AI. I'm Mitchell Hartman for Marketplace.
And when popular internet buzz drives up moribund stocks, it's called the meme stock phenomenon, playing out again this week with the department store Kohl's. That stock is up 50% this week, 37% yesterday alone, despite weak sales and a lot of management turnover. I'm David Brancaccio, Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.
WNYC supporters include Ava, the